Hello everyone. You absolutely read the title correctly. I attempted to make the worst song I possibly could in 24 hours. This video was originally supposed to be very similar to my corpse cover video, which you should absolutely watch by the way, but all of the footage that I recorded had a horrible background static noise that I couldn't get rid of no matter how much I tried.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
So, I'm just gonna explain my creative process and hope that it's enough for you to get the big picture. Okay. Let's start. This began with me going to my good friend Alex and saying, hey, I want to make a bad song. And he went, what entails a bad song? And I went, just awful. And he went, what's your deadline? And I said, 24 hours. And he went, yeah, that's chill. So he came over and we started brainstorming. The original idea behind this is that I have no prep beforehand. All of it is created in the house at the time necessary, and that's it. So we had to write the song first. But to write the song, we figured it would be easier to base it off a title. And after a bit of contemplating, we decided that the song should be called Based and Furby-pilled. I have no further comments on that. And so with a name like that, you already know it's gonna be a bad song. But a bad song doesn't mean a bad song. You know what I mean? We wanted the song to be bad, not only in terms of listening to it, but also being like, why did you write this? I want the comment section to be filled with people saying, why did you write this? And so a bad song has to have a bad premise, right? So Maurice was brought to life. He's the kind of guy that actually unironically watches those Sigma male videos and tries to be one. Donates way too much to cam girls thinking that he'll get a chance with them, and if you're wearing a Nirvana t-shirt, he will unironically ask you to name 3 songs and get upset if you can't. Just the worst fucking guy. So obviously after the lyrics are written, we need a backing track. Now Alex and I went back and forth doing this because while he was making a backing track, I was writing lyrics that would go along with the beat of the backing track. So a lot of this was just us working simultaneously, trying to make sure that it sounded good. Because of our work ethic, we managed to get the first draft of the song done in about an hour. And by first draft, I mean lyrics written, backing track, all good, that kind of thing. The momentum began to grow. I felt like a snowball cascading down a mountain gently, except there was no eventual end, where it would cause either mass destruction or just hit the ground and dissolve. Though I did feel like dissolving at some point, I didn't. After this, it was smooth sailing. I recorded the vocals, we got it all mixed together, and that was that. Because the deadline was 24 hours, Alex went home and decided to mix the rest of it tomorrow. I got the final at around 3 p.m., we tweaked it a few times, and thus the product was done. When I tell you you're not ready for this song, I genuinely mean it. Critics have described this song as the punch that keeps on punching, or how does it keep getting worse? So you know it's gonna be a classic. Without further ado, I present to you Based and Furby-pilled. Hey, my name's Maurice, but my friends call me Rice. I don't get many bitches, but I am average height. Femoids don't like me, not because of my size, but because I lack experience in between women's thighs. I need hoes as soon as I can, because my mom wants grandkids soon and I need to be a man. My father says I'm gay, but I've got girls to meet. I love women and boobs, and pussy and feet. They call me Based and Furby-pilled. Based and Furby-pilled, based and Furby-pilled, based and Furby-pilled. I've got lots of Furbies within my possession. My mother thinks that I'm hoarding, and I have an obsession. My collection is large, 37 in total. I like to take them to parties to make sure that they're social. I work at the mall, not to make a good living, but to fund this addiction to fill the space that is missing. They've got their own names, personalities, and quirks. They all close their eyes anytime that I jerk. They call me Based and Furby-pilled. Based and Furby-pilled. Based and Furby-pilled. Based and Furby-pilled. I hate watching anime, unless they're undressed, because ecchi makes me angry and I just want the sex. Dating's a disease, mommy milkers are the cure. Opie's the truth, and 2D women are pure. Hentai is my haven, it's the only site I browse. Jiggle physics are the reason my dad is not around. I haven't seen a vegetable in 3 years. Like, actually 3 years. They call me Based and Furby-pilled. based and Furby-pilled, 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 based and Furby-pilled.